back to the Ultimate Piano Course by Joseph N. In this video, we're going to discuss rhythm exercise drill number 9. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and set our metronome to quarter note equals 90, and we'll begin at the start of the exercise. Compared to all of our previous exercises to date, this one is the most hectic and wild. It's because of all of the very fast rhythms and the triplets all spread throughout. So let's take a look at the last 3 lines because that's where most of the chaos happens. On the third to last line, on the first measure, we're going to have entirely triplet eighth notes. So the counting will simply be 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. The next 2 measures have the same number of eighth notes, so they'll have the same exact counting. However, they're played differently because of the ties. The second measure, we have the first 2 notes of each triplet group tied together to form a triplet quarter note. In the next one, only the last 2 groups of the first 2 are tied together. Now, we see this trend sort of continue in the next couple measures until we get to the second measure of the second to last line. Here, we now see what those ties would have looked like were they written as the quarter notes themselves. So quarter note and eighth note all in a triplet. The next couple measures has it written in that way now until we get to the final line. Here we have 2 eighth notes tied to each other repeatedly. In fact, the ties spread between several triplets. So you'll have triplet quarter, triplet quarter, triplet quarter, and then all triplet eighth notes. This rhythm sounds and feels very different from what we were doing throughout the rest of the exercise, so it can come as sort of a surprise if you're not expecting it. Again, you can see it written the way it should be with the triplet quarter notes in the last 2 measures. Triplet quarter, triplet quarter, triplet quarter, and then all triplet eighth notes to end. Jumping back to the top of the exercise, let's look at the last measure of the second line, measure 8. Here we can actually see a surprise as well. We have regular eighth notes mixed in amongst our other triplet eighth notes. This is also present in measure 7 as well. So here our rhythms will be 1 and a, 2, 3 and 4. So those eighth notes are going to feel slightly slower than the triplet eighth notes. So make sure you feel that difference between them. Now make sure you're definitely doing your counting for an exercise like this, as it's going to be a lot more taxing than the other exercises we've done so far. And again, that means it'll take a lot of repetition, and you're going to take a lot of work to get up to a tempo of quarter note equals 90. But once you're all set, I'll see you in the next exercise.